What would happen to Gotham City if Batman was believed to be dead?
Would
the criminals go crazy? Would there be a battle for the next Batman?
Burned to ashes.
Well, if you've been following our videos that
believe.
follow the Batman storyline, then you know that Batman had a son named Damian Wayne. And
Yes.
while he initially tried to train him to be Robin,
The last
Talia
Robin.
ran off with Damian, and Batman didn't know where he ended up. Following that event, Batman eventually ended up investigating the death of the new god Orin, which led him to be supposedly killed in the Final Crisis storyline.
Okay, good.
Well, we know that Batman is lost in time thanks to the Batman in Time storyline.
Yeah, okay.
But the rest of Gotham wasn't aware of
in
this.
time.
Batman's will stated that Dick Grayson should take over as Batman if anything should ever happen to him.
The next
but Dick
leader
Grayson
of
doesn't
the
think he
DC.
can do it, and he's refusing to take up the Batman mantle. So what happened in Gotham while Batman was lost in time?
Bat family
and Dick Grayson
steps up.
refused to become Batman. Every Batman ally has been called in. Things are getting worse
We
for
need
Gotham by the
everyone
day.
on shift.
All of Gotham has heard of Batman's death, and the crime organizations aren't afraid of Batman's allies.
What do you think
they can
happens
take
when
those
the
kids
cat
out.
isn't around
Nightwing
anymore?
has become
The
cold
mice
and
comes out to
emotionless,
play.
and things are different with Bruce gone. Most of Batman's allies are here. Red Robin, Oracle, Huntress, Night
There we
Squire,
go.
Catwoman, Damian, and they're all
whole
looking
roster.
to Nightwing for guidance as they try to get the gangs of Gotham under control.
He
But
needs
he
to put
doesn't see
fear
himself
back
as the
into
new
the
Batman.
city.
He can barely hold himself together. Recently, Arkham was made unlivable by a toxic gas that was released there, and all of the inmates are being moved over to
where?
Blackgate.
Oh, that's
all
a bad
on
idea.
one bus.
Oh, that's a
Whoever
horrible
planned that
idea.
out really wasn't thinking things too well, because Black Mask sees this as an opportunity. And he hijacks the bus,
Black Mask.
freeing every Batman villain and setting them loose in the
Who
city that is
thought?
barely holding itself together with.
Who thought? Yeah, okay. We have a problem with the city. Let's transfer all of the worst prisoners from here and take them all in one bus to here. And one bus, all together. Who is that stupid? They deserve to be beaten severely.
String. He takes them all under his control, and it's time for the Batman
this-
Rogues
this
Gallery to
sounds
have
like-
their fun.
yeah, the death
There's
of
no
Gotham.
bat to stop them. There's no bat for them to fear. There's only a Gotham to fear the rogues of
Amen.
Batman.
The bat
Back in the
symbol has
Batcave,
disappeared.
Dick cannot bring himself to pull the Batman cape
need
and
you
cowl
to
out.
put it
He just
on.
can't do it. He
We
can't
need to put
become
it
Batman.
on.
Well, Tim gets into an argument with
Embrace
Dick.
your
Gotham
destiny.
needs Batman. The criminals of Gotham
He was
need
always
something to
meant to take
fear.
over.
And it looks like somebody else may have already taken up the mantle of Batman. A brutal, deadly Batman
Someone
is roaming
chose-
around the city of Gotham,
Oh.
killing off the gangs. Who is this
A
guy?
fake Batman.
Nightwing and the police all sit down and they decide this is gonna be a crazy few nights with all the inmates of Arkham all going around
Crazy
free.
few nights,
And while they're
crazy few
talking about
days,
this,
nights, weeks.
Damian is dealing with his father's death by joyriding in a stolen Batmobile, only to be sideswiped by
mean-
Killer Croc.
Oh.
Oracle quickly dispatches Huntress and Black Hawk, but luckily Nightwing is already in the area nearby
Good.
because Damian is about to fight both Killer Croc and Poison Ivy.
damn.
But as Nightwing picks up Damian with the Bat Glider, they both get shot out of the sky. It's some of the
What?
random gangs of Gotham. Like I said, they're not afraid of anyone but Batman.
they don't have
but
any
our
fear
new brutal
anymore.
gun-toting Batman jumps in to save
I mean, it
Nightwing
doesn't
and
look
Damian.
like Batman.
He quickly makes short work of the gang, and then rather rudely tells Nightwing, "This is how things are gonna need to be. Don't cling to the ways of your mentor. It's what got your mentor
need to
killed."
forget the
He
codes,
says that he's gonna be
embrace
here
the
to kill the
darkness.
problems of Gotham. Then poof, this brutal Batman leaves. But Nightwing and Damian chase after him, and the three have a little fight of
is
their own.
he?
But this new Batman keeps referring to Batman as Bruce, and he keeps referring to Nightwing as Dick Grayson.
Oh, so he knows
It
a
doesn't
lot.
take Nightwing long to figure it out. This brutal Batman is Jason Todd. But since Damian was injured in this fight, everyone stays to help him,
No.
while Jason Todd gets away. The villains of Gotham are now
Makes
loose
sense.
and
That's
going
what I
crazy
was
on Gotham
thinking
without
about.
any real Batman to scare them. So all of the allies of Batman are now getting distracted, and this leaves Nightwing, Red Robin, and Damian alone to deal with this Jason Todd situation all by themselves. Alfred tries to convince Dick Grayson to once again become Batman. Who else can uphold the ideals of Bruce
You
other than
have
Dick?
to.
But while contemplating it again, Dick notices something.
The
The
cowl
Batsuit
is
is
missing.
missing. Tim Drake, aka Red Robin, has taken
Tim
it,
is
and he's
going
gone off hunting
against
for Jason Todd
Jason.
himself.
Oh,
He'll stop
that's a
this.
fight.
No one will tarnish Bruce Wayne's legacy.
That's a fight.
With Tim as smart as he is, he
Can
quickly
he fill out
figures
the
out where
suit
Jason
properly,
Todd is
though?
hiding. And it turns out that Jason has his own brutal Batman cave. But
I'm
before
sure it's
Tim
not
can
the
get the upper hand on
Bruce's.
Jason jumps on him and he beats the tar out of him. And their fight ends with an old rusty batarang being shoved into Tim's chest. That's just wrong, Jason! Nightwing gets on the road looking for Tim, and he eventually comes across the Batman cape and cowl being hung up and a recorded message from Jason Todd. Jason taunts Dick by claiming that Tim is dead and that Dick has failed everyone.
What happened to... What happened to him, though, to drive him to this... This psycho... I mean, he was always freaking aggressive, and he didn't really follow the Bat Code, but... Okay, I'm seriously missing context. Oh my gosh, I want to buy the comic so bad. What the...
And when Dick goes to remove the cape from the stand that it's on, Jason shocks him! And then Jason walks over to the knocked down Nightwing and he gives another speech, offering Nightwing to become his new Robin.
Wow.
Jason has snapped. He's just gone completely crazy. And Nightwing sees this as he gets a second wind and punches Jason Todd. But before Jason can recover, Nightwing goes ahead and throws a pre-recorded holographic message from Bruce to Jason. Bruce tells Jason that he's sorry and that Jason Todd is his greatest failure. But it's not too late. Jason can still get help. This infuriates Jason, and Nightwing and him go to town, with Nightwing just demanding, "Where is Tim?" While this is going on, Tim wakes back up, and he begins to walk off to try and get some help. He was faking his death the whole time.
Oh, smart man.
Back with Dick and Jason, Jason blows up his brutal Batcave, forcing a cave-in. Everyone begins to fall down this falling-in, caved-in Batcave, and the barely conscious Tim goes with it. And Damian Wayne then shows up to save Tim from certain death. Dick and Jason end up jumping to a nearby speeding train to continue their battle.
It is ironic because, like, Damian, when I remember learning first of all, Damian, it's like he looked like he was more aggressive than Jason Todd. Like he was a killer. But Damian became Robin, and proudly, and he was Batman's son, and he carried that honor proudly. But Jason he had so much issues, and he is Batman's probably worst failure, like he said. It's just the contrast of the characters of Robins is also so fascinating, looking at them and breaking them down. It's so interesting seeing how they started to where they are now. It's fascinating. The Robin roster is really amazingly chosen.
Who will be Batman on top of a speeding train? Well, after a few more awesome martial arts moves, Nightwing finishes off Jason Todd finally, knocking him away and down into the river below.
Where you
After all of this, Dick Grayson knows there needs to be a Batman. And if it's one thing Jason did correctly, it was put the fear of Batman back into Gotham. And he needs to be there.
He did the dirty
So from
work.
this day forward, Dick Grayson is Batman, and Damian is his Robin.
Oh, it's awesome.
Well, he's Batman until Batman comes back.
Obviously, but yeah.
As with most of our stories go, the return of Bruce Wayne is a story for another day.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time right here at Comicstorian.